Hello wonderful world of YouTube, this is Bahamut2K456 aka Baha, and today I'm going to be bringing you a brief review and unboxing of the Stretch headphones by Phillips and O'neill. Now, this box markets all sorts of things, primary of which is the Stretch's flexibility, the ability of the Stretch headphones to stretch, funnily enough. It also advertises their deep bass and their special ear cushions, which are made of like a sort of pleathery material. They're supposed to be very comfortable and noise cancelling. Well, I guess we'll be the judge of that. Also, tested on animals. Very nice to know. It's very nice packaging overall, very stylish, and I suppose the red is intended to market towards, well, I guess anyone who's looking for Beats headphones, as odd as that may sound. But bear with me for a moment here, I have to break the seals on this. Actually, you know what? I'll do a brief jump cut here. I'll be right back. So note to self, for future reviews, I'll just have to break the seals prior to starting the review. Good to know. These are lessons I'll definitely put into action in the future. So, if we look inside of this, it's very barren. It just kind of has a quick start guide, tells you how to play, pause. I really wish I had actually had this when I originally got my iPod. Would have been very helpful. In any case, I have to put up with these zip ties, and oh, this is the headphone cable. It's this very nice nylon cord. I very much like this over the rubber. It doesn't tangle over itself very easily. In fact, it's supposed to be a tangle-free cord, funnily enough. Now these, I'm not going to have an easy way to break. Actually, I believe I'll have to lift this up out of the packaging. You can see, it's actually very secure in that. There's no need to fear them really rattling around. Ah, yep, that's where the ties are. I apologize for not having done this in advance. Again, I'll take this all into account for the next review. You can definitely look forward to more reviews from me, assuming you enjoy this one. So, when we have these out of their packaging, which is a struggle within its own right to do it on the hand. There we go. Haha. Success. Kind of. Oh boy. There we go. So when we have these out of the packaging, you'll see they're actually very nice looking. I was kind of drawn toward these headphones for the way just the style of them. I very much enjoy the way they look, especially when they're all new and shiny. It's got this sort of smoky plastic. It's gray and see-through, as you can obviously tell from the camera, but what I don't know if the camera's going to pick up very well is the fact that the details underneath it aren't very obscured. They're just given this sort of fine mist look, as if you're looking through them through a thin cloud. It's very nice. It's got all kind of red decals on it. There's no visible wires, and I believe that's what this is actually right here, running up along the rim, this little red trail right there. If you turn around, there's nothing on the other side, so that's all I can imagine that being. And this is the famed, stretchy nylon sort of headband that just kind of snaps around your head. I think I'm going to have to go listen to some music with these for a little bit to come back and tell you what I think. And I am back. So these are definitely very bass-oriented headphones. I got these for $25, and for the price, they sound phenomenal. I'm not going to lie. Your mileage may vary, however, because I've noticed there are several different models of the Stretch, despite not really being labeled differently. And obviously I have the red ones, they have this built-in inline mic, but my friend happened to purchase a black and gold version, which I think looks really badass, but it doesn't have the inline mic, and the plastic is much cheaper around the top. However, it does also have a wider head pad, and it fits larger heads. So if you've got a big head and you're looking to get one of these, I would definitely recommend picking up that version, because the sound quality is the same, but the build quality is somewhat different. This little nylon cable right here, this nylon cord, is very nice. It doesn't come apart easily. You can tell it's going to hold over time. And this right here was kind of an ingenious idea. It's marketed towards people who play sports. In fact, if you go and look around online, you'll notice that a lot of the advertisements for it involve people snowboarding. Well, this is kind of developed toward that. It's a breakaway cable, and I haven't seen these on a lot of mainstream headphones, especially for such a cheap price. I can't seem to get the camera to focus on it, for which I apologize. But essentially, whenever you're walking around with these things on, if you happen to catch something on them, instead of pulling out of the headphones, this right here breaks away from the strain, like that. Just kind of pops off. It's also very convenient for storage, because if you have these around your neck or in a case or something, you don't have to have the big wire bundled up with it. So essentially, it's a great way to protect the headphones, especially since this joint right here doesn't appear to be the strongest thing ever. So I kind of strayed away from the topic, but we should probably get back to the sound quality. It's very excellent for a pair of $25 headphones. I can't recommend these higher, especially if you listen to songs with a lot of bass or a lot of guitar. However, I did notice some audio distortion, very faint, when I was listening to songs with higher-end instruments, especially when listening to orchestral pieces. If there were flutes or clarinets that were blaring out the high notes, they sounded somewhat distorted. Not necessarily tinny, but they didn't hit their true pitch quite as well as they would have with a more high-ended headphone. Well, and to be totally honest, I wouldn't justify paying the retail price for these. These are supposed to go for $99.99 in a retail store, and I would never pay that much for this pair of headphones. They're very nice looking, they're very comfortable, the leather is extremely good at noise cancelling, that's one thing I should point out, and the audio quality is nice. However, I would put these at more of a price point of maybe $50 or $60, definitely not $100. That's a little outrageous for these. $25, however, which you can find the red pair for at Newegg and the white pair for at Amazon, depending on whatever meets your fancy, is a much nicer price point. I really don't have much else to say about these. They're very nice. They will probably become my main listening pair of headphones. Over-ears are always nicer than earbuds, if you ask me. It's got nice packaging. I tore the bottom up a little bit, for which I'm probably going to hate myself. And it's also worth noting that Phillips customer support is very, very good. I've dealt with them in the past. And essentially, I sent them out my receipt, they asked for it, I gave it to them, and within the week I had a replacement and my old one was sent off. They actually give you the replacement before they ask you to send the other one off, and you have, I believe, 20 days before they start charging your credit card for it. And, yeah, that's it. I'd give these a very, very high level of respect for their price point. I can't imagine getting better audio quality for 25 bucks. If you find these, jump on that deal. It's very, very nice. There are some complaints I've heard online of just getting defective ear cups. I don't know how true that is. I've not had a problem, nor have any of the people I've encouraged to buy them. And that's it. My final thoughts are that, for $25, these are an excellent pair of cans. They've got great bass without feeling like you've attached subwoofers to either side of your head, good mids, and decent highs. However, for the audio quality you're getting out of them, $100 is kinda ridiculous. They aren't an audiophile pair of headphones, and as such, they really shouldn't be priced like them. But if you can find them for below 50 bucks, I would easily recommend picking them up, especially if you're in the market for new headphones.